What did I say? What did I say? PSG 4. PSG 4. Real Madrid nil. I'm going to say it again. PSG 4. Real Madrid nil. Guys, today was a game of men versus boys. Simple as. There's no other way to put it. Men versus boys for 90 minutes today. I mean, we knew PSG were good. They beat Inter. They didn't just beat them. They humiliated Inter. They've convincingly beaten pretty much every single team this tournament, bar Botafogo, that won the loss. And today, they've just humiliated the almighty Real Madrid. I'm not even going to talk about the goals, to be honest. And I'm not going to talk about Madrid yet. We'll get to Madrid. We'll get to Madrid. I want to talk about PSG first. These guys can just kill you in so many ways. It's unbelievable. Genuinely unbelievable. It is just going to take something so special to stop this PSG team. Bayern almost did it, to be honest, and they still lost 2-0. Against the big European teams, it is going to take something so special to beat this PSG side because they can just kill you in infinite ways. And we saw it today. The way these guys are just free-flowing, interchangeable, it's just like... They make it look so easy against like big teams like Bayern, like Real, like Atleti. They make it look so easy against them, like Inter. It just blows my mind, genuinely blows my mind. PSG today made Real Madrid look like a second division team. I'm not even joking. They made them look like Almeria today. They made them look like kids today. For 90 minutes straight, this PSG side put Real Madrid in the pan, seasoned it, chucked it in the oven, baked it, took it out of the oven, fried it, cooked it again, and then ate their food. That's exactly what happened today for 90 minutes straight, and you can't tell me otherwise. We talk about how Barca demolished Real Madrid last season across 4 or 5 different games. I think it was 5 games. This PSG side looked at what Barca did and they're like, yeah, you know what? And we'll do the exact same thing. But on a serious note, PSG really killed them today in that first half, especially with 2 people. Hakimi and Nuno Mendes. Wow. I think that might be one of the greatest fullback performances that I've seen in a while. And I'm not going to lie, they've been doing it all season. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, this is the first time I'm seeing this. They've been doing this all season. But the way Madrid just couldn't handle them, they couldn't. Madrid just couldn't handle the pace, the physicality, the tactical awareness. Every single metric, PSG just cooked them today. Killed them. Absolutely rinsed them today. To shreds. But Hakimi and Nuno Mendes today, the spaces that these guys found themselves in, the way they took the ball forward, the way they just carved open Madrid for fun was ridiculous. I thought Vitinha, Ruiz, and Neves today, those 3 in midfield are genuinely so... The chemistry between them today, and all season to be honest, has just been immense. Genuinely so immense. The front 3, the way they interchange, the way they just take on players for fun. This is a fun side to watch too. It's not like they get lucky. This is a fun side. They play with freedom. The front 6, I'm literally looking at on my screen. Neves, Vitinha, Ruiz, Doué, Dembele, Kvaratskhelia. All of them just interchange. They do whatever they want. Teams just can't handle them because of how effective they are in what they do. The profiling that Enrique has recruited in this team is genuinely top tier. It is going to take something so special to beat this team, guys. Now, Real Madrid. Matter of fact, before I even start talking about them, I feel like I need to clear up something here. I saw a couple comments on my clips from the last video when Real beat Dortmund, and I feel like I kind of need to clear the air here before I get talking about Real Madrid. Let me just clear something up for the public. I am not a Real Madrid fan. I'm going to say it again. I am not a Real Madrid fan, okay? I don't associate with Madrid. I'm not from Madrid. I don't have any sort of affiliation with Madrid. And quite frankly, I don't care about Madrid, to be honest. The team I support... Matter of fact, let me get my scarf. Not even the scarf. The shirt too. The team I support... The team I've been supporting as a kid since I was the age of, I think, 6. Let's put it out there. Has always been this club. This is the club of my life. For those who had any concerns. This is the club of my life. The club I will always be supporting. Just to put it out there, guys. And just to even prove it more, treble winning season... It's my name on the back. That's how much this club means to me. Just an FYI. Thought I'd clear it up. Okay, anyways, back to the topic. I really want to know what Kylian Mbappe is thinking in his head right now. That was the first thing that came to my mind when the game ended. If you had told Mbappe that he would leave PSG to go to the club that he desired the most to win the Champions League because he couldn't do it at PSG, and PSG couldn't do it for him, to then go to that club, get slapped up 5 times in a row against your rivals, and then to also go trophyless with that same club, and then to look back on the team that you said that wasn't good enough to go on and win the treble, and also come into this Club World Cup and dunk 4 goals on your head again. That is a bad look. That is a very, very bad look. And Mbappe's a great player. Don't get me wrong. He's a phenomenal player. But that's a bad look, guys. I didn't know Dean Huijsen would matter this much for them. Because looking at those two centre-backs and looking at what they did today, I'm sure every Madrid fan didn't like that one. I can't think of another player who's had a worse Club World Cup tournament than Raul Asensio at the moment. Conceded a penalty in the first game. Gets a red card in the following game. Gets benched for a 19-year-old who just got to the club, to then dropping a stinker in this game, making a huge mistake, and then getting hooked in the 64th minute, dropping a 4.3 rating for arguably the biggest club in Europe. I'm not going to lie, I don't even think he was the worst centre-back today. Antonio Rudiger. Oh my god. This guy's just regressed so much. You take a look at what he did 2 seasons ago when Real Madrid won the Champions League. Fair, he played well. Last season, getting exposed left, right, and center. Today was a different story. I've never rated Rudiger that highly, to be honest. So, to be honest, this isn't a surprise for me. I've seen him drop this bad of a performance before. For Roma, for Chelsea, I've seen it. But today was an all-timer. But just this Real Madrid team, man. Yes, you can make the excuse of them not having Huijsen, them not having Trent, then them having to switch up tactically because they can't play the way they want to. It's all buzzwords to me. When you have Kylian Mbappe, when you have Jude Bellingham, when you have Tchouaméni, when you have Vinicius Jr., when you have Rudiger, Valverde, all these names, I can understand the system point of it. We saw it with Ancelotti last year. I can understand the system point of it. But to go out there with a new manager and do the same thing, I'm really starting to think Mbappe and Vinny just can't play with each other. We have a whole sample size of a season based on that. Tell me one time Mbappe and Vinny track back today. Tell me one time. You can't. Desiree Doué, Kvaratskhelia and Dembele, all 3 of them tracked back. Every time Valverde and Fran Garcia went forward. Every single time. Mbappe and Vinny, they looked at Hakimi and Nuno Mendes flying down the wings. They're like, yeah, go on. Have a day off. Just go. I'm not going to do anything. I mean, come on. That's just ego at that point. I'm not going to be too harsh on Xabi today. Yes, he didn't have his players. You know, he didn't set up his team in the system that he wanted to. They ended up playing a 4-back because Valverde had to cover Trent, etc., etc. Yes, I get that. His players let him down today. They didn't show any sort of fight. They didn't show any sort of, desire to win. They didn't. They were so flat-footed, and they lost to the best team in the world. Simple as. They lost to the best team in football at the current moment. But I'm just specifically talking about the superstars of Real Madrid, the so-called ones that are going to win the treble, the ones who are going to scare Europe, the one person who said he was going to be 10 times more the player he is when he lost the Ballon d'Or. I don't need to say anything. I don't, because you could see with your own eyes. Today they got battered. Absolutely battered. It's like Madrid took everything I said about them in that Dortmund video and just threw it out the window. Gone. We'll see you later. So Xabi has a lot of work to do. He does. He just got a taste of what elite level football is like. PSG literally could have had 6 or 7 today. I think Vitinha said in the post-match press conference, he's like, yeah, 4 wasn't enough. We should have gotten more. We went out there in the second half to score more goals and we couldn't do it as much. Even when PSG were sitting back for most of that second half, actually, they weren't. It was a training match for them at that point. They were sitting back and they're like, you know what? Yeah, we're sitting back. Hold another one. We'll score one more. 4-0. Absolutely crazy, man. These guys are scary. They're genuinely scary. The thing is, we knew this. And that's why I had them as favorites to win the whole tournament. I genuinely do think that Chelsea will put up a better fight than Madrid, to be honest. I think that's because Maresca has drilled in a comfortable playing style for them. I think that they will put up a better fight against PSG. I still do have PSG winning this entire tournament. But yeah, Madrid just didn't look comfortable whatsoever today. Especially when their midfielders would get dragged out wide because Mbappe and Vinny decided to have a day off in terms of pressing today. That's how they got opened. There's playing for the team, and there's playing for yourself. Today, quite frankly, Mbappe and Vinicius just didn't do either. They didn't care. Simple as. They just didn't care about the result. That's the way I saw it. And yeah, I did say, to be honest, I'm not taking this Club World Cup too seriously in terms of what it means for a club's season. So yes, improvements will be made, I'm sure. But today just showed a different level of football between two clubs. So I'm not going to be too harsh on Xabi Alonso today. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.